All righty, everybody, welcome. This is Josh Shanley. I'm very, very excited to have you all here. I apologize we're starting a couple minutes late. We were just taking care of some last-minute things here to make sure that we can run this as smoothly as possible for everybody. We have a whole bunch of people still hopping on, which is cool as well. I'm going to do just some quick housekeeping items and then do a very brief intro of our guest today because he's got a ton of content to share with you. So it's definitely going to be like drinking from a fire hose today. So again, my name is Josh Shanley, and we have a special guest today. Before we turn it over to him, just some really important things so you can get the most out of this. Number one, you've registered for, you've now shown up for a workshop, right? So do yourself and do us the favor of closing out distractions. So shut down Facebook or Twitter, close down your other browsers, put your phone on vibrate. For most of you, the world will not end in the next hour to hour and a half if you don't have, your phone turned on, okay? So give us your undivided attention. Number two, make sure you have a pen and paper or some, your mobile device, whatever it is that you like to take notes with. Have that ready to go because, like I said, it's going to be like drinking from a fire hose. There's going to be a lot of stuff that you're going to want to take notes on. And in fact, just a little aside, the way when I attend events like this, and I'm going to be like that today because I actually haven't seen this content, or at least all of it, is I like to focus on, take as many notes as possible, and then I go back and I figure out, like, what are the one or two or three nuggets that if I implemented would make a big difference right away, and then I number them, and then I prioritize taking action on them. So I would recommend you do the same as well. Lastly, we are going to stay on for Q&A. I'm not sure how long we'll be able to, but we'll try and stay on as long as possible. So if you have a question, pop it in the question box. And if we don't address it right then, we're going to save it for Q&A. He's got a lot to cover, so I'm not going to really interrupt our guest today a whole lot, or if at all. Before I do a brief intro, can everybody just put in the question box yes if you can hear me? Because I have one person who says they can't hear, but it does look like, okay, a whole bunch can, which is good. Okay, so to the one that said can't hear, I'm sorry. I don't know why. And hopefully it's just maybe GoToWebinar having a little glitch. So my guest today is a guy who I was introduced to from some of my mentors in the internet marketing world. And his name is Clay Collins. He's the creator of something called LeadPages. And the reason I had him on today is because I personally use LeadPages and I friggin' love it. It's awesome, right? And I've also been following Clay, and he does something called, I think it's just called The Marketing Show, and he shares great tips and tricks and strategies around building your business using the internet and using landing pages and squeeze pages and so forth. So he's got a lot of great stuff to share. I'm sure he'll share a little bit more about his background. One of the reasons that we were a little late is, we were bantering a bit because we've never actually talked before 5 minutes ago, or 10 minutes ago now. So I'm looking forward to it. I've got my pen and paper handy. Pop your questions in as you have them. And without further ado, Clay, I'm going to turn it over to you, my man.
Awesome. Hey, thanks so much for that intro. Just also to verify my audio, if you can let me know that you can hear me, that would be awesome. And that I'm coming through loud and clear. All right, looks like, okay, all right. So I'm coming through just fine, which is great. So here's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be sharing with you kind of like my journey and some things that we did in our business to double our revenue 4 months in a row. So we got compound growth. We doubled our revenue, and then we doubled our revenue again. And then we doubled it again, and then we doubled it again. So we got almost a 16x increase in our revenue, kind of out of the blue. It was a little unexpected, and I'm just going to be sharing with you some of the tweaks that we made to our website to make that happen. It was a fairly straightforward process. There wasn't a lot of complicated whatnot involved, but I'm just going to kind of take you through the things that we did. There's not a lot of high-level stuff here. It's mostly just like do this on your web page, do this, add this kind of opt-in page, do various things. So kind of the backstory behind this webinar is that back in the day, we wanted to double our revenue as a business. It was a pretty, we thought it was a fairly doable goal, but we knew we wanted to double the revenue for our business. In the first way that we thought about doing this was we thought about doubling the traffic to our site. So we thought if we could double the amount of traffic that comes to our website, then all things being equal, we could double the amount of revenue that we make. So I kind of went about like doing some search engine optimization and doing some social media, and frankly, it was a whole lot of work. And we ended up increasing our traffic like 20%. So it wasn't insignificant, but it was a whole lot of work for only a 20% increase in our traffic. And frankly, we needed more of an increase than that to hit our goal. So I decided that there wasn't a way that I knew of, at least, to like rapidly increase our traffic. So the next thing that I thought of was, hey, if everything stays the same, if I could double the conversion rate on my sales pages, right? So if I could double the percentage of people that came to my sales page that ended up buying, then I could double our revenue, as a business. And so I went into the text editor and I started rewriting our sales pages, and I quickly found out that was not something I wanted to do. Once I'm the kind of person where once I've created a sales page or something like that, I just don't want to rewrite it again. I'm just kind of like, ugh, like it's just done. Like I just want to be done with that. And so we had already been doing a lot of like optimization around our sales pages and split tests and stuff like that. So it was already pretty optimized. So I decided that isn't what we're going to do. And then the next thing that I thought about was that maybe if I could double the percentage of people that came to my website that ended up opting into our email list, that we could double the revenue. So if the conversion rate on our sales page stayed the same and the traffic stayed the same, if I could double the percentage of people that came to our website that ended up getting on our email list, then we could follow up with them via email and double our revenue. And that's actually what we did. We went to one of our main opt-in pages and we doubled the conversion rate on that page, and it was a lot easier than we thought it would be. We just implemented some pretty simple tweaks to make that happen. Sorry. So in about a month, we had doubled our revenue by doubling the opt-in rate on one of our opt-in pages. So we went to more of our websites, and we went to more pages in our websites, and we started tweaking and increasing the opt-in rate on those pages. And little by little, we started getting like huge results. So we went to that first page and we doubled our revenue that first month. The next month, we did this to 2 to 3 more pages. And we doubled our revenue again. So we doubled it, and then we doubled it again. We got a 4x. And then we went to some more pages on our website, and we actually added more opt-in offers, and we added more places where people could opt in, and we doubled our revenue again. So at that point, we're like 2x, 4x, 8x, and then we doubled again the next month by continuing this process. And there's no like voodoo or like mystery behind it. I'm just going to share with you what we did. So I want to thank everyone for coming. As I saw registrations pour in from all over the world, I was really humbled. So I want to thank folks that showed up from everywhere. And I also want to just sort of just say a note of appreciation to folks who did things like get babysitters so that they could make this time or rearrange their schedules. I know some people had to make some pretty significant sacrifices to be here. I also want to thank some of our customers who showed up in support of the work that we're doing. I want you to know, it looks like a lot of people have found the questions box, but this is a live webinar. I know that like pre-recorded or automated webinars are all the rage. This is not one of those. This is a live webinar, and so I will be seeing your questions. And I can make you two promises with regards to your questions. The first thing is that I will see your questions and that they will inform the rest of my presentation. So in a lot of cases, I won't be able to answer your question the second you ask it, but if I can include an answer to your question in the rest of the webinar, I'll try and do that. But we'll also have a Q&A session at the end. And it is my intent to answer every single major type of question during the Q&A session. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to just kind of skip through a bunch of intro stuff here because we have a whole bunch of stuff we want to cover and just a bunch of material to share. I guess I maybe should introduce myself formally. My name is Clay Collins. I'm the co-founder of a software company called LeadPages, and we've been experiencing some really significant growth recently, and there's about 16 of us right now in our software company, and we keep on growing, so we're always hiring. It's just a note about that. And rather than just kind of like tell you about what I've done in my career, I'd rather just start teaching because I think that I'd rather just have you judge me based on what you learn rather than what I claim to have accomplished. So I'm just going to share the system that we used to, again, double our revenue, then double it again, and then almost double it that 4 month. We got like a 15x increase. So it wasn't quite a 16x, but a 15x increase. And this relies on concentrating on 6 tweaks to your website and 6 tweaks only. And what we're going to do is look at each of these tweaks and how they fit into the overall system. And just a note about like presentation mode. Often I don't like presenting in this presentation mode. I like moving my mouse around. So if I'm going in and out of presentation mode, just bear with me. So the first tweak that I'm going to highly recommend that you make is to optimize your 404 pages. And so I don't know if you're familiar with what a 404 page is, but I'll just show you kind of like what most people's 404 page looks like. Here's Google's 404 page. And it basically just says that this page hasn't been found, right? And what most people do is when they get to a 404 page, they end up leaving your website. And the truth is that literally in our experience, we found that like a fourth of the people that link to us, that link to our website, like friends or like social media links, like they actually link to bad pages. I remember back in the day that this huge blog linked to us and they used the wrong link. Like they gave us it was like a http://http://. There were 2 http://. And it screwed everything up, and we missed kind of our big chance. So what I recommend you do is not leak any traffic. Don't leave to chance that someone's going to get on your email list. So what we do is we optimized our 404 pages so that if you come to a 404 page on our website, what you see is something like this. 404, the page you're looking for cannot be found. I just made this a few seconds ago. But don't leave empty-handed. Download our free report on how to improve your credit after the recession, right? So I just made this up as an example. But this is what happens when you go to a URL that doesn't work. And so what I'm saying here is that you shouldn't let any traffic whatsoever slip through the cracks. And there's lots of different ways to optimize your 404 pages. And our software, LeadPages, helps you do this. So one, this is something you should do regardless. And let's walk through how you would do this with our software. Again, this doesn't require our software, but I just want to take you into kind of the copy you'll want to write and the thinking behind this. So this is our software. It's called LeadPages, and I'm just going to go to our opt-in pages. So you really just need like kind of a normal, simple opt-in page. And what you can do with our software is actually you can sort by average conversion rate across the entire system. So you can see which opt-in pages are converting the best. And so for the purposes of this, let's just create something super simple to do. So let's say you're going to create a 404 page for your business. This is one of the opt-in pages that you can create with LeadPages, and I'm just going to click on this logo, and then when I click on this logo, what happens is it loads all the images off of my computer and allows me to replace it like with my logo. All right, so I just made the logo here, and then I might make the title here. Oh, sorry, I need to select it, and I forgot to click OK. Okay, so I'm going to go here, and I might do something like this, right? Like 404 error, the page that you're looking for cannot be found. So I'm going to click OK on this. And so kind of the copy that we've found works really good for optimizing your 404 pages is to tell people to not leave empty-handed. So even though the page you're looking, let's see, the page you're looking for cannot be found, but don't leave empty-handed. All right, so let's just go with that. So I'm going to click OK. So, but don't leave empty-handed. Download our free report on selecting the best home in your neighborhood or something like that. So like if you're in the real estate industry, you can offer someone some kind of free report. So I'm going to click here on this book and just pick a book cover for like a free report that you might want to give away. So let's just choose this one. So 404 error, the page that you're looking for cannot be found, but don't leave empty-handed. Download our free report on selecting the best home in your neighborhood or something like that. Get my free report now. And the way this works is when someone clicks on this, it has a little opt-in box where they can opt in to get on your list and to get the free report. So the integration with your opt-in form is super easy. So we integrate with everything like Constant Contact, MailChimp, Aweber, GetResponse, iContact, Infusionsoft, Office Audit, like all that stuff. But these are just the ones that we use in our business. So I'm going to go to like Aweber, or maybe I'll go to Infusionsoft, and I'll pick one of the forms that we want to add them to, or the list that we want to add them to, and we can collect first name if we want to. So, but I'm just going to leave this off for now, and I'm going to click here on OK, and I'm going to just go ahead and save this page, and I'll call it 404 demo page or something like that. So I'll save this in LeadPages, and I'll publish the page. And as you can see, this page is now live on the internet, and what's really cool is that it is mobile responsive. So let me just go and show you how to make this the 404 page on your website. And by the way, in LeadPages you can customize the look and feel and change the fonts and all that stuff, but I'm just showing you kind of the easy way to do this out of the box. So I'm going to go to I'm just going to go to WordPress. LeadPages doesn't require WordPress, but it's one of the ways that you can use to publish the page. So I'm going to go here to LeadPages, or to our blog. So I'm logging into WordPress. Now, if you don't use WordPress, that's okay. You don't need WordPress to use LeadPages. And I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to Add New. And the way the WordPress plugin for LeadPages works is that once you install it, all you have to do is select the page you want to publish, and here we're going to set it to be our 404 page. And let's see what happens. All right, so this is published, and that means that, again, when someone goes to a page that doesn't exist, what they do is they get this thing that says 404 error. The page that you're looking for cannot be found. And then, someone can opt in here, and they'll get added to our list. So So that's really cool. And what this assures is that no one slips through your cracks, or slips through the crack, uh, and that every single possible opt-in that you can possibly get is captured. A lot of people don't think of their 404 page as a page that can be used to build their list, but it absolutely can be. And by the way, in case you have any questions about publishing pages with LeadPages, you can, when you go to publish the page, you can publish it just through a URL that we give you. Like we'll host it for you if you want. There's no charge with that. You can publish through WordPress. You can also publish it as a Facebook tab if that's something that you're interested in. Here, why don't I show you how you can publish one of these as a Facebook tab. So I'm just gonna I pause the screen and I'm just gonna log into my Facebook account. And give me 1 second. All right. So, okay. So here I am, and so here's this page that we created. And when I click on publish, I can literally publish this page as a Facebook tab in just 4 clicks, actually. So here's click number 1. Oh, actually, I was logged in the wrong place. So click number 1, click number 2, click number 3, and click number 4. And as you can see, this is now live as a Facebook tab. Now, you wouldn't have your Facebook tab be like a 404 page, but this is just showing that you can publish your pages as Facebook tabs. So tweak number 1 is to optimize your 404 pages. It's super important. The next thing that I want you to encourage you to do is to not squander your thank you pages. And this is super, super, super important. And this is one of the keys that we implemented to really skyrocketing our revenue and our growth as a business. So before we talk about how to not squander your thank you pages, I just want to kind of talk about the path that someone takes to your thank you pages on your website. So first off, among billions of web pages on the internet, when someone comes to your website for the first time, they find you among billions of pages, and they find you usually through SEO or pay-per-click or maybe a word of mouth or social media or a link from somewhere else. So lucky you that among billions of pages that exist on the internet, someone finds your website, right? Like that's almost a small miracle when you think of it statistically. Next, they end up on your website, and they're one of the few people who finds your site interesting enough that they decide that they want more, right? So like the truth is that if you look at your analytics, the majority of people end up leaving, right? They just end up leaving altogether. About 60% of the people will come to the first page on your website and end up leaving, probably 60 to 70%. But the people who engage further, they find you among billions of pages, and they like you enough that they're not one of those initial people who leave, and in fact they want more. Then they enter in their email address to get on your list, and they decide to be one of the 10% or so of the people that end up on your website, that end up opting in. And in fact, you're really lucky if 10% of the people who end up on your website end up opting in. That's actually incredibly, incredibly high. But let's just say 10% of them opt in. So among billions of pages, someone finds you, they don't bounce and leave immediately, they stay there and they actually want more, and then they're one of the few people that end up on your website in the first place that end up opting in. And then if you're like most people, you just end up sending them to a stupid thank you page that ends the conversation immediately, right? So most people on their thank you pages just say something like, thanks for opting in, or, thanks for, I'm so glad I know you, or, we're sending you the report, or something like that. So something like really dumb is what most people do with their thank you pages. And what I am going to advocate for is that you make the most, the absolute most, out of your thank you pages. And so I'll give you an example of what you can do. This is one of our clients, Jay Cower, and he has something called the Multimedia Marketing Show. And after someone opts in on his website, so like say if someone goes to his blog and they opt in, they're taken to a thank you page like this. And so on this page, he has a little video here where he's thanking them for opting in, and then he actually invites them to like him on Facebook, and then to sign up for one of his webinars. So he's actually taking the hottest leads on his website, right? The people that found him, liked him enough to want more, and opted in. These are the people who are hyper responsive. They've complied on so many levels up until this point, and he's inviting them to engage deeper with him. And this is actually the place where people are most likely to do these additional things, because they're already in this yes pattern. They're already in this pattern of compliance and in a pattern of doing what you've asked them to do. So this is what he's done, and it works out phenomenally well. Let's just explore how you might create one of these. With kind of like the thinking behind them and what to do. So inside of LeadPages, again, everything I'm teaching you can be done with or without our software. We just try to make it easier and automate a lot of it with our software. But we've got a whole bunch of different types of pages. We're going to go to the thank you pages, and let's go to this thank you page. So here's the kind of page that you can send people to after they opt in. So I'm just going to click here, and I'm going to find my logo. So I'll just click here and click OK. And I might say, and I can change the fonts and colors and all that, but I'm just going to leave it as is right now, even though it's super easy to change the fonts and the colors and stuff like that. So I'll say thank you for joining the LeadPages community. And then I might put a video in here. For what's going on now, I'm just going to grab Jake's video. So I'm just going to grab this code right here. This is just a Wistia video, but you can use any kind of video. You can put a YouTube video in here, or a Vimeo video, or Easy Video Player, or Lead Player, or JW Play. Just basically any kind of video can be placed here, right? There's no restrictions on that. So we're going to put the video here, and then we can have step one be like us on Facebook, but it could also be like us on Google Plus, or add us on Twitter or whatever. So we can have some kind of step that happens here. And then step two is a call to action to sign up for a webinar, right? So I can change this and be like, get on this Thursday's webinar, right? Something like that. And then I'll click here, and I can upload a picture of myself if I want to, but I already have a picture uploaded of myself, so I'll just select this picture. And right here, I'll just type in my name. So just put in Clay Collins. So here's the thank you page that we just created. I'm going to name it. So I'll just call it like Josh TY Page Demo. And I'll click on Save. So it's saving the page. And then I'll just click on Publish so we can see it. And again, we can host it for you if you want, but you can also publish it to WordPress, publish it to Facebook, or you can just download the file and upload it to your own server. So there's a whole bunch of ways to do this, but I'm just going to show you kind of what we have here. As you can see, it's mobile responsive. So it works on mobile devices extremely well. And here's the thank you page. So it works out extremely well. There's also other things you can do with your thank you pages. One of the things that I like to do with my thank you pages is send people directly to my sales page after they opt in. So I'll show you how we did this with one of our businesses. I'll go to Lead Player. And what happens is after, wait, this is not the one I want to show you. So we've got this free course here. And when people opt in, when people opt in here, I'll just show you what happens. So someone opts in, and here's what they get right after they opt in, right? So they opt in to get a free course, but what they get is this thank you page that says this. It says, "Thanks for signing up. Everything we promised you will be sent to your inbox shortly. While you wait for your materials to arrive via email, we recommend you read the page below to help you get the most out of your free program," right? So we recommend you do all these things to help you get the most out of your free program. So, and then we just send them to the sales page. So it takes someone who just opted in, right? They found us on the entire internet. They liked our stuff enough to opt in, and after we opt in, we show them something that they can actually buy from us. And what this means is that when we pay for traffic, we can actually break even on any ad spend like very, very quickly because we're sending them to the sales page right after they opt in. What most people do is they'll buy traffic and send the traffic directly to the sales page. But what we've done here is we've taken the traffic that would have gone to the sales page, and we did get people to opt in for this free course. And then we get them to, after they opt in, then we get them to buy. But because we have their email address, we can follow up with them via email. Whereas if we just sent them to the sales page, if they went to the sales page and they never bought from us, we could never email them again. But because we get their email up front, we can still send them to the sales page, and we get their email address, so we can follow up with them in the future. So it's huge for us in that regard. So let me just show you how to create this kind of page. So I'm just going to go to the thank you pages that we have. So I'm going to go to I'm going to go back to our templates, and I'm going to go to thank you pages, and this is one of my favorite thank you pages. So it just says you can almost use this out of the box. So it says, "Thanks for signing up. Everything we promise will be sent to your inbox shortly." So if you offered them sort of some kind of lead magnet, or if you offered them something in exchange for opting in, you can send this to them. And it says, "While you wait for your materials to arrive via email, we recommend you click continue below to learn more about LeadPages and what it can do for your business." So let's say you sell a superfoods course, like you're a health coach and you sell a superfoods course. You can say, "We recommend that you click continue below to learn more about our home study course and what it can do for your business," or something like that. And you can make this button point to, whatever your sales page is. So maybe homestudycourse.com or whatever. And I'm going to save this page. So Josh TY page 2 demo. So click save. And publish this page. And again, this page is instantly live on the internet. It's mobile responsive, so it's going to work on mobile devices, and it does a whole bunch of cool stuff. So it means after someone opts in, they're sent to this page, and they can be sent on to your sales page. So the way this works is someone comes to your opt-in page, or it could just even be the sidebar on your blog, but someone comes to this page. They opt in, and then after they opt in, they are sent to your sales page from the thank you page. So it's incredibly effective, and it's had a huge impact in our business. So the next thing that I'm going to encourage you to do is create a resource guide landing page, okay? A resource guide landing page. So let me actually just show you what a resource guide landing page is. So this is a resource guide landing page. And the reason why it's called a resource guide landing page is because when people opt in on this page, they are sent a list of resources, right? So it says, free report reveals the top 5 dirt cheap tools I use to create all my videos, including my $80 HD video camera. So someone opts in on this page, and then they are sent this. So they're sent this super simple list of resources that I use to create video. So they're sent a list of resources, essentially. And here's what kills me. Like, here's what blows me away and sometimes frustrates the heck out of me. This page converts better than any page we've ever used in the history of our business consistently. Okay? It outperforms everything. Hands down. And it only took me it took me about 3 minutes to write the headline on this page, and it took me about 15 minutes to create this, to type up the text for this page. So 3 minutes creating the headline here, and 15 minutes writing the text on this page. So this page that took me literally about 20 minutes total to set up, right? 20 minutes total to set up, outperforms opt-in pages where I'm giving away entire books I've written, right? So I've spent before about an entire month writing a free ebook to give away. An entire month of my life I spent writing an ebook that I give away, and this page that gives away this short list of resources that took me 15 minutes to write up outconverts it. I also spent about 3 weeks once creating an entire video course to give away in exchange for an email address. So an entire video course filled with, it was about 8 videos in length, and it came with transcripts and worksheets. It was an entire course that someone might have paid $200 or $300 for. And yet, this page, with, again, a headline that took me about 3 minutes to write, and that gives away this thing that took me 15 minutes to create, but this page gets a better conversion rate. So it goes to show that there is no correlation between the amount of time it takes you to create a lead magnet and how well that lead magnet is going to convert. Just as a side note, there's some subtle things going on with this page as well that are contributing to the high conversion rate. One thing is that this woman is looking at the opt-in box. So we found that when someone is looking at the opt-in box, right? When someone's looking at the action that you want them to take, then conversion rates increase. So if you have a person who is, again, looking towards the conversion item, then that tends to really, really help things out. Also, our split tests have shown that both men and women prefer pages that have attractive women on them. So I'm not going to deconstruct that or analyze it, but both women and men respond to pages with women on them, right? For whatever reason. Again, I don't know why these things work. I just know that they do because we test extensively. So tests don't tell you why things work. They just tell you what works. So why is this the best performing landing page we've ever used? Here's why. The first reason, and this is based on a bunch of comparisons, but the first reason is that this page, right, it doesn't require someone to process too much information, right? Someone doesn't have to read an entire page of text or watch a 3-minute video to figure out if they want to know the top 5 dirt cheap tools I use to create all my videos, right? All they have to do is figure out if they want to know what the 5 dirt cheap tools I use to create all my videos are. That's the only thing they have to do. They don't have to read a whole bunch of text and figure out if it's what they want. They just have to know that. The next reason why this works, why this page is the best converting page we've ever used in our business consistently, the next reason for this is that everyone wants to know the tools that you're using. Okay? This is super, super important. It is part of human psychology to want to know what tools the pros are using, because we have this belief as humans that if we only had the tools that the pros use, that we would get the same results that the pros get. And in fact, in a lot of cases, that's actually true. So if you look at the best-selling issues of magazines like Golf Digest or Running Magazine or Backpacker Monthly, right, or Photography Magazine, the best-selling issues of these magazines are the gear guides. So for Golf Digest, it's the golf club issue where they talk about the best drivers to use and the best like putting irons to use and the best beginning golf clubs and intermediate, like whatever they've got. They list like the best ones and for the year. And those are the best-selling issues of those magazines. Or if it's like Photography Magazine, it's like what is the top cameras of the year and the top tripods of the year and the top camera bags, right? Everyone wants to know the tools that the pros are using, because we have this belief that if we had the tools the pros use, we'd get the same results that the pros use. And again, often that's true. But another thing behind this is that as humans, we would rather acquire a tool than acquire a skill. It is much, much, much easier to acquire a tool than acquire a skill. And if we can find a tool that accomplishes everything that a skill acquisition would take, we'd rather just get the tool because it's easier. So that's why, again, this works. Is like people just ascribe these like magical benefits to tools. This kind of page also performs or outperforms a page where you're giving away like a longer free report, because a lot of folks are experiencing information overload and they simply positively do not want something else to read, right? They just want a list of tools that are going to get them results. They don't want another like 40-page thing to read. Also, this kind of page, outperforms a video bribe, where you're giving away a video lead magnet, because really the perceived value of video has gone down a lot recently due to so many launches out there and so many talking head videos and the abundance of videos that are available on YouTube. Like the fact that someone's going to get like a free video or whatever isn't like the most compelling thing in the world. Also, the page we're talking about, the resource guide opt-in page, outperforms opt-ins for free coaching sessions. This floors me. Once we tried giving away free coaching sessions in exchange for an opt-in, and again, this page outperforms it, which goes to show that there is no correlation between the amount of time it takes you to create and give away the lead magnet and the conversion rate. Like just because something takes you a whole bunch of time to make or give away doesn't mean your conversion rate is going to be higher. What's more valuable than your time, right? Nothing is more valuable like on this earth than your time. And yet, we've consistently found that free coaching does not convert as well as a list of resources, which is just ridiculous. So the time to benefit ratio for creating one of these pages is extremely high. And you can create one of these pages in a matter of minutes. Like seriously, in a matter of minutes. So let's talk about how you can, like different angles you could take in different kinds of businesses for giving away one of these resource guides. So if you're a real estate agent, right, you might want to create a page like this, where instead of saying free report reveals the top 5 dirt cheap tools I use to create all my videos, you might want the headline to say, if you're a real estate agent, you might want it to say something like this: a resource guide, the top 5 safest credit boosting home loans of this year, right? So someone could download or opt in to get a list of the top 5 safest credit boosting home loans of this year. If you're a dentist, you could do something like this. Buyer's Guide, the top 5 electric toothbrushes of this year, including the one that I use. So you would tell people what the top 5 electric toothbrushes are. And if you're a dentist, if I were on a dentist's website, and I was on my dentist's website the other day, like I would absolutely want to know what he recommends as the top 5 electric toothbrushes, and I would want to know the one that he uses or she uses. If you're a life coach, you could do something like this. App Guide, the top 4 iPhone apps for increasing your productivity, including the one that I use every day. So again, if I were at a life coach's website, I'd want to know what apps they use to increase their productivity. And if someone said there were 4 iPhone apps I could use to like really up my productivity, like I'd want to know what those are. If you're a marketing agency, you could do something like this. So the headline on a page like this might be this. The top 5 digital marketing tools for local businesses. Hint, the 3 best ones are free. Or if you're a fitness expert or a fitness coach or a personal trainer or something like that, or a gym owner, you could do something like this. The only 3 pieces of exercise equipment you need in your home. Hint, they all weigh less than 5 pounds. So what we found here, like with this, and across the board, is that whenever you can say something that is counterintuitive, that increases your opt-in rate, right? So it is counterintuitive that exercise equipment is going to weigh less than 5 pounds. We usually think of exercise equipment as weighing quite a bit. So if you can say that they all weigh less than 5 pounds, people are going to second guess whether or not they know what you're talking about and realize that you really do have some new information, and they're going to opt in. This also is counterintuitive, right? So the top 5 digital marketing tools for local businesses, hint, the 3 best ones are free. It is counterintuitive that the best tools would be the free ones. Usually we assume that the best tools are the paid ones. So whenever you can say something that's counterintuitive, it makes people question their assumptions about what they know about the topic, and opt in because they really believe that you might have something new to share. It kills conversions when people think they know exactly what you're going to tell them. So when you can say anything that allows them to know that you're actually going to tell them something new, that increases conversions. One of the reasons why this works so well is it says, free report reveals the top 5 dirt cheap tools I use to create all my videos, including my $80 HD video camera, right? It's not intuitive that a HD video camera that I use in a pretty professional way, it's not intuitive that that would be $80. Like, we don't usually think of HD video cameras as only costing $80. So that's kind of counterintuitive, and a lot of people opt into this just to find out what video camera I use that's HD and $80. So let's create one of these pages in LeadPages. So I'm going to go to my.leadpages.net, and I'm going to go to opt-in pages, and I'm actually going to use this one. So this is the one that I just showed you. So I'm going to click here on LeadPages, and I'm actually just going to turn off. I can turn off and on different elements of the page. So I'm going to turn off that element. And then I'm going to click here in the text, and as you can see, this background image has nothing to do with video equipment or anything like that. So maybe I'll do this one. Maybe this one. App Guide, the top 4 iPhone apps for increasing your productivity, including the one that I use every day. So let's just do this one. So just cut and paste this here. So App Guide, the top 4 iPhone apps for increasing your productivity, including the one that I use every day. So this kind of thing works like gangbusters. So let's just do this. And for opt-in form integration, you can, let's see. Let's just, again, this supports a whole bunch of things. These are just the ones that we use in our own business. And so this quickly and easily, we can integrate it with one of our lists. If we want to turn on the first name field, we can do that. I'm going to turn off the first name field. And what's also cool is that with LeadPages, you can turn any opt-in page into a into a webinar registration page. So I can make it so that when someone opts into this page, not only are they added to my email list, but they're also added to this GoToWebinar webinar. So I'm going to click on OK, and I'm just going to go ahead and save this page. So I just call it Josh Report Giveaway, and I'm going to click on Save. And I'm going to go to Publish, and as you can see, it generates the page immediately. It's a mobile responsive page, so if it's small, obviously she's not going to show up everywhere. But here it is, and that's how long it took us to create the page. It was super easy to do, and when someone opts in, they're not only added to the email list, but they're added to GoToWebinar. So the next let's keep on cruising with this. So, so why should you create a resource guide squeeze page? Well, if you don't yet have opt-in pages in your business, or a squeeze page in your business, basically an opt-in page, you can call it a squeeze page or an opt-in page. But if you don't yet have an opt-in page in your business, you can create one of these in a matter of minutes, and it doesn't take that much time to write the copy or to outline the items on the resource guide. And this converts higher than long-form opt-in pages that require someone to read a lot of text and or watch video. And honestly, this converts higher than anything we've ever seen. Just hands down across the board, this converts higher than anything we've ever seen. And you can create the lead magnet, right? You can create one of these pages in just 15 minutes it can take to write up the text. So it's super easy to do. So if you already have a squeeze page or an opt-in page in your business, I guarantee you that this kind of page is going to outperform whatever you're doing right now. And again, you can set this up in just a matter of minutes. Here are the results that people are getting with these kinds of resource guide pages. Eric T said this: your software got us an 8x improvement over the basic homepage and a 3x improvement over the previous opt-in. I'm barely using all the features, no social proof, weak offer, etc. Brian Schickow said this: LeadPages took my opt-in rate from 8.6% to 23% in a single day. Juan Martitigui said this: these are giving me 3x to 4x conversions against the one I was using before. A couple of tweaks and my biz will make at least 2x the money I was making. Can't tell you how grateful I am for the service you've created. Tara Meese said this: I've been using this for a little over a month now, and I noticed today that it is accounting for 71% of my new list subscribers. Wow. So people, 71% of their new list subscribers are coming from these kinds of pages. So these pages cannot be ignored, and I would highly encourage you to create a resource list opt-in page for your business. Tip number 4 that I'm going to encourage you towards is to give something away with every single blog post that you create. So if you don't have a blog, I highly encourage you to create a blog. But I encourage you to give away something with every single blog post. So what can you give away? Like, what can you give away? Well, here, I'll just show you. Our pages, business, let's see, online business calculator. So what I'm saying is that with every single blog post that you create, you can give something away. So, for example, in this post, I give away it's just a spreadsheet, honestly, that allows people to calculate how their business is doing and how much revenue they can make. But you can give away checklists. Like if you write a blog post, you can have people opt in and to get a checklist. You can give away PDF versions of your blog posts. So, a lot of times when people don't know what they can give away with a blog post, they can literally just take the text from that blog post and save it as a PDF and have people opt in to get the PDF version of the blog post. You can give away worksheets or recipes or anything like that, a resource guide like we just talked about, etc. And with most autoresponders, to do this, you have to, like, for every new thing you give away, you have to create a new email opt-in form, and then you have to create a new list to go with that, and then you have to create an email that goes out every single time someone opts in, and then you have to upload a file to be given away. But what we did with LeadPages is we made it really easy, like super, super, super easy for you to give away opt-in or lead magnets. So actually, I'll just show you how to do that. So let's say you want to give away, let's say here on our desktop we've got, let me see, application essay. Hold on, let me just look at these. One of these, yeah, top 10. Let's say you want to give away one of these. So this one is called, top 5 best personal finance apps. So this one is called like Lori Atwood. Okay, so let's say we want to give away on this page the, what was this? Top 5 best personal finance apps. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to digital asset delivery inside of LeadPages, and I'm going to go to the bottom here, and I'm going to click on upload new file. I'm going to click on this Lori Atwood one, and so it's uploading this, and I'm just going to give this a name. So top 5 best personal finance apps. So I'd be like, get my favorite personal finance apps for your business, or for your life, or something like that. I can make the sender name me, so Clay Collins, and I can say that it's from ab81mail@gmail.com, and I'll click save. So I just uploaded this to LeadPages. I uploaded this file, and so that means that when I go here to, let me just edit this page, and I'll rename it. So I might say, like, download the top 5 best personal finance apps, something like this, or free report, something like this, and then I can set it up so that when someone opts in, it sends them this file, the top 5 best personal finance apps. So it actually, LeadPages handles giving away the file, and so you can add everyone to your house list when they opt in, but still you can give away a different resource with each opt-in page. So I'm going to go to publish here, and I'm going to view the page, and I'm going to show you what happens after I opt in. So I'm going to click here on Clay at av81.com, and what happens is I'm just going to go into my email. Hold on one second. Yep, okay. So what happens is this page is actually giving away, this. So it just, LeadPages emailed me this file. So when I click here on download, it actually just handles everything. You don't have to create a new autoresponder or all that. Like, it's just all handled for you. So my tip is to really, every single time with a blog post you can give something away, give it away, and we try and make it really easy to make that happen. So the next tip is, Josh, I think I can hear, how's it going, Josh? So the next tip is use podcasts to grow your list. And I realize we've got about a half an hour left, so this is an hour and a half webinar. So we have a few more tips to get through here. But tip number 5 is to use podcasts to grow your list. And my friend Pat Flynn was talking about this, and my friend of a friend, Derek Halpern, was talking about this. And so we found that a huge chunk of our new subscribers are coming from podcasts. And it's really kind of amazing how many people are coming to us just through hearing about us on a podcast and stuff. And so I'm going to show you, let's see, I'm going to show you what I recommend you do to boost your podcast ranking, like the kind of thing to do. So I'm going to go here to My Pages, and we've got this template inside of LeadPages for podcasts. It's actually called Podcast Landing Page. And what this allows you to do is give away something to everyone who subscribes to your podcast. So the way that the podcasts work in iTunes is that if a lot of people subscribe to you and leave you a review, then you're much more likely to rank higher. In fact, rankings in the iTunes podcast area are based on the number of reviews and subscriptions that you get. So what this landing page allows you to do is incentivize people subscribing to you in iTunes and reviewing your podcast. And then when they do that, you can allow them to download a free ebook or some sort of thing you're giving away to people when they subscribe to your podcast and review it. So this kind of thing is incredibly effective. And someone recently wrote to us and said this: people are just getting phenomenal results with this page. We're getting phenomenal results with this page. But here's what they said. The podcast template with an exciting promo video and targeted advertising literally took our podcast to #1 in iTunes while I was sleeping. Okay, #1 in iTunes for their category. People keep on asking how we did it, and I scream LeadPages. So it's having a huge effect there. So the 6th and final tip that I'm going to give you is to start doing webinars. Webinars are just crushing it right now in terms of building your audience and building your following. In fact, let me show you one of our statistics for one of our for our webinar registration pages. I'll actually show you 2 of them. So this is actually kind of like the back end behind LeadPages, and I'm going to go to templates here. I'm going to find the drain. This is just a webinar registration page, and if I go to analytics here, you can see that the average conversion rate for this page across our entire system is 52%. All right, so this page has gotten 30,000 views and 23,000 uniques, and it's generated 12,000 opt-ins. So the webinar registration pages right now are converting higher than like anything we've ever seen. And let's look at another webinar registration page. 2.0. Here's one. And again, with this page, the average conversion rate for this page, which has been shown 168,000 times across our entire landing page platform, but it's generated 48,000 opt-ins, right? Almost 50,000 opt-ins, and the average conversion rate for this page across our entire system is 37%. So these kinds of pages just convert incredibly well. So let's pretend you never get a single sale from a webinar. Let's say you never sell anything from a webinar. And let's say nobody ever shows up for any webinar that you ever do. Well, you still should do webinars because they absolutely grow your list and they convert. So Um, so just a little bit about us and webinars. Webinars have really, in terms of event-based promotions, like single one-off promotions, webinars have made us more money than anything we've ever done in terms of event-based marketing. And the majority of coaches, real estate agents, info product people, software companies that are really doing an amazing job and knocking it out of the park are using webinars to grow their revenue and grow their business. So actually, I want to show you I want to show you how to get a webinar registration page that converts incredibly well. So I'm just going to go to my pages here, and let's just find. Yeah, okay. Actually, this is not the one. Yeah, this is the one. All right. So let's go here, and let's look at this page. So this is the webinar registration page for the event that we're on right now. Like, this is where you opted in. And I just want to break down why this converts so well and why this kind of page does so well for us. So the first reason is that it is mobile responsive. You will be hard-pressed to find mobile responsive webinar registration pages, and it makes a huge difference. The second reason why it converts so well is that it has a countdown timer on it. I'm a huge fan of countdown timers. And we're finding that on almost every single page where we add a countdown timer, it is increasing conversions. Like, it just has a huge impact. So, for example, and it creates urgency, right? So if I owned a bar, honestly, if I owned a bar, I'd have a countdown timer on that bar until when the bar opened every day. And then once the bar opened, I'd have the countdown timer counting down until when happy hour was. And then I'd have the countdown timer count down until when happy hour is over with. And then after happy hour is over with, I'd have it count down to when we close. And then after we close, I'd have it count down until when we opened again. Like, they're just amazing at creating urgency. Another reason why this webinar registration page converts so well is that it has a two-step opt-in process. Okay, so what we mean by this is that when people come to this page, or when people go to any page, they make a decision about whether or not it's a giving page or a taking page. And when you show from the onset, when you show an opt-in box, it looks and feels like a taking page. But if you only show people the opt-in after they've clicked on this button, that alone can increase your opt-in rate about 30%. Okay, about 30%. And the reason for this is because one, it looks like a giving page instead of a taking page, but two, it creates a compliance ladder, or like a yes ladder. So what we found is that if people are likely to say yes at a very low level of commitment by clicking this button. So if we can get people to say yes to clicking this button, the likelihood that they will then say yes to opting in is much greater, right? If we can get people to commit to clicking this button, then the likelihood that they'll stay in that pattern of commitment and commit to opting in is just much greater. So it creates this kind of yes ladder. Another thing it does is it brings the decision to a head, right? If you're on this page and the opt-in box is there the whole time, it's easy to ignore the opt-in page, and you can just kind of navigate around the page and then leave. But once someone clicks here, they really have to make a decision one way or another about whether or not they want to opt in. And just by forcing that decision to a head and getting people to make that decision, you can drastically increase your conversion rate. So this is one of our better webinar registration pages. I'm going to show you another one that's just killing it for us in terms of conversions, and that is this. It's this page. And the reason why this page works, and I can just go ahead and customize it for you. So like, let's go ahead and customize it around me. So let's say I were going to do this. I'd find a picture of myself, click OK, and I might say, like list growth or something like that. I could click here and say August, and I might say like August 30. And then I could go and edit the times. And again, this is a two-step opt-in process, which is kind of cool. So this is probably our highest converting opt-in page. And the reason why this is our highest converting opt-in page is honestly, a lot of it has to do with this background image that's a mind map. So, I mean, this image can be changed. This mind map image can be changed. But we found that when we have a mind map, and we blur out a lot of the elements, that it drives up curiosity. So people come to this page, they see a bunch of items here, and they're blurred out. And so a lot of people will opt in to find out what's on this mind map. So let's go ahead and set up the opt-in form integration. And we'll make it integrate with GoToWebinar. So that means when someone opts in, they're not only added to our email list, but they're added to this webinar. I'll click on OK, and I'll call this Josh Webinar Demo. I'll click on Save, and I'll click on Publish. And this page is now live. It's got a two-step opt-in process, and it's got this mind map. So it works incredibly, incredibly well. So here's what some people have said about our webinar registration pages. Ryan Dice said this: a few weeks ago I held a webinar, and the registration page converted at 72%. This was by far the highest converting landing page I've ever tested. Confession, I didn't design it, and neither did my webmaster, but I was able to make it in about 3 minutes using LeadPages. And LeadPages creates way more than just webinar pages. I'm able to create squeeze pages, thank you pages, video pages, and more in just a few clicks. Samantha Hartley said this: by the way, when we switched from our old page to this one, we doubled the conversion rate. Andy Andrews said this: we got a 70% plus conversion with that template. I guess that means my copy is as good as Ryan Dice's. He can't blame me for dreaming, right? Todd Brown from Marketing Funnel Automation said this: we're currently running at a 70% or 76% opt-in rate from our house list on the following LeadPages webinar registration page. I gotta admit, I didn't think it would convert as high as it is. But I figured I'd give your template a shot. Glad we did. So it's super cool and super effective. Someone posted this on our blog the other day, just out of the blue. They said, consistent with everything else you guys are putting out, my webinar today had a 76% conversion overall from opt-ins to clicks, or clicks to opt-ins. Best ever and the first time out with LeadPages. Thanks. And then Justin Livingston responded with this: get used to those numbers, Tom. I filled many webinars, and I have yet to see an opt-in rate below 73% to our own list. LeadPages outconverts any designs I spent years testing. So the 6 tips I've given you are these. 1, optimize your 404 pages. 2, don't squander your thank you pages. 3, create a resource guide landing page. 4, use podcasts to grow your list. 5, give away something with every blog post. And 6, start doing webinars today with proven templates, simply because they drive so many opt-ins. And the way to know that you're using within LeadPages, the way you're using a high converting page is that you can go into any one of our categories and decide to sort the templates by their average conversion rate across our system. So you can do this knowing that you're getting a high conversion rate. So that's kind of cool. So I want to talk for a second about why we created LeadPages and why I created LeadPages. I created LeadPages because I saw so many amazing business owners with amazing services and products that were getting absolutely creamed, absolutely crushed by competitors that had products and services that weren't as good, but that had entire marketing teams creating landing pages from scratch. So, for example, I had a friend who literally had the best product in his category, and he was getting crushed by a competitor who had an entire team just building and testing and creating landing pages. And that competitor just had a crappy product but was dominating their market. And so I created LeadPages because I wanted us to be your outsourced landing page team and conversion rate optimization team, so that we could put in your hands the highest converting pages in the industry. And we do have the highest converting pages in the industry. So I want to invite you to join me today and join Josh and purchase LeadPages. And I have some bonuses for people who purchase LeadPages on today's webinar. Before the webinar is over with, if you purchase LeadPages, you're going to get these bonuses. The first bonus is that I'm going to, or our team is going to give you a lead magnet, right? We're actually going to make for you one of these lead magnets that people get after they opt in on a resource guide squeeze page. So let me just show you some of the pages that we've created for our friends. Here's one. Top 10 tools to lose weight and keep it off. Top 5 organic ingredients to use for the most beautiful skin of your life at any age. Getting your kids into a great college. Mistakes that are made. 5 game-changing steps that will catapult your sales and make you the market expert. So we made these, and all they did, all you have to do to get this from us is give us a list of the resources that you want to let your audience know about. So all you have to do is tell us the resources that you want to let people, the resource you want to tell people about, and we will design this for you. And the person who's designing this for you is from our team, and they're actually our lead designer. So they're not some outsourced designer. They're actually, let's just go to leadpages.net/Chuck. They're actually the person who designs all of our pages, including this page and our sales pages, right? So our lead designer is creating these for you. So the first bonus you get when you purchase today, before this webinar is over with, is we will design a resource list lead magnet for you. The second thing that you'll get when you purchase LeadPages before this webinar is over with is you're going to get our webinar course. So for about 2.5 years, we sold a course on how to do webinars, how to get people on your webinars, how to construct the webinar, the technology to use, how to coordinate everything, how to engineer them for maximum conversion. And when you purchase LeadPages today, before this webinar is over with, we will send you that webinar course that we sold for multiple years for $200. We probably sold at least $100,000 worth of just this course alone. I'm also going to give you 2 free landing page critiques. So we will actually look at 2 of your landing pages and critique them. In most cases, we'll actually rewrite the copy for those pages, which is huge. It takes us a great deal of time to rewrite the copy for those pages, and provided that it's a pretty minimal page, we're happy to do it and happy to have take a look at what you're doing. And we see the highest converting pages across a whole bunch of industries, and so we're going to give this to you. The next thing we're going to give you is our landing page course. So we're actually going to give you an entire course on how to think about landing pages, how to create them, and how to get the highest conversions possible. The final thing that we're going to give you is something called the pre-sale formula. And this was actually, when I used to teach marketing for a living, as opposed to being in the software business. This was our premier product. It was a $997 product, and the pre-sale formula shows you how to co-create a product with your market and then pre-sell it to them before it's created. So it shows you how to build a list, how to co-create a product with that list, and then pre-sell that product. So here's some testimonials from that product. So this is Kim West. She is a sleep coach. She calls herself the Sleep Lady. And she used the pre-sale formula to build up an email list of 750 people. She then pre-sold them a sleep coaching course and made $71,000. And each person on her interest list was worth about $95. This is Peter Durand. Peter used the pre-sale formula to build a list, and then he pre-sold a course on how to draw. Right, it's basically a how to doodle on whiteboards course and how to illustrate ideas. And he wrote, it was amazing to watch all these people sign up before we've even made the course. So he made $45,000 pre-selling the course before he made it. So you get all of these things. You get, we're going to design the lead magnet for you. You get our webinar course. You get 2 free landing page critiques. And our landing page course and the pre-sale formula. So not only do we give you the landing page, but we give you the thing that you give away when people opt in on your landing page. Then, if you want to do webinars, we show you how to create the webinars and construct the webinars. And after you've created your landing pages, we'll actually critique them for you and give you a course on how to do it all. So really, we're throwing in as much as we possibly can here. We think it's a huge value. So right now I'm seeing a whole bunch of questions in here. I want to answer them. So the first question is...
Hey, Clay, before we do that, can I jump in for a second before we do that?
Totally.
Because
totally.
I've got something that I didn't even let you know about. But, well, first of all, congratulations. A couple people have already taken action and gotten access, which is very cool. In fact, somebody signed up like 10 minutes in. They must have seen something they liked, which I can't blame them. But besides the resources that, or the bonuses that Clay is doing, we're going to do a couple of things, Ryan and I. Number one, we are going to do 2 training calls specifically for how we're using LeadPages. And the reason we're doing 2 is because we're going to do 1 specific for our real estate folks. Okay, we're going to show you the types of offers that you can and should use with LeadPages, and we'll show you building them with LeadPages. And then we're going to do another one similarly for sort of our general internet marketing, affiliate marketing folks. You're welcome to come to both, but we're going to keep them separate so we can be focused on each. Okay, so you're going to get those, and you'll see the offers that we're using and making that are working. So, for example, for real estate, when Clay was talking about the ability to do the reports, a light bulb went off in my head. All of you have the ability to create PDF reports inside of your MLS. So you could do a weekly market update and put a capture page, a lead page in front of that, and have LeadPages deliver it automatically, so you could feed a centralized list like Clay talked about. So that's the first bonus. The second bonus is we're building a platform to create and run Google Hangouts on air, which is basically the equivalent of running a webinar, but not needing to pay GoToWebinar, $100 or $500 per month. So you'll get access to that platform, so you can implement Clay's webinar course and use our platform tied with Google Hangouts and be able to do them for free. Really, really powerful. Wow. Plus, we'll show you how we're using LeadPages ourselves, again, to create a webinar offer, a registration page, and how we're going to use the back-end platform that you're going to get access to to actually run the Google Hangouts on our. So you're going to get all of that on top of what Clay. Now, I don't want this to be overwhelming to you, and it shouldn't be. Simply, the price just for LeadPages itself is easily justified here. We're just trying to make this a no-brainer. And for some of you, some of these bonuses will make sense and you'll want to use. For some of you, you may not, but we're trying to make it so that, regardless of your real estate, if you're mortgage, or if you're affiliate or internet marketer, we're going to make this applicable so you can see how to use this. The last thing I'll mention is many of our real estate folks, we recommend using GetResponse. And there's a little quirk with GetResponse API, and I actually shot a video today on how you can more smoothly integrate the GetResponse sign-up form with LeadPages as well. Clay probably knows the workaround, but we actually used it to avoid the double opt-in confirmation with LeadPages. Cool. So really good stuff here. And for any of you listening who are doing the methods that we teach you to generate a consistent flow of new leads for your business, you are absolutely crazy if you don't get this. And here's one example why. One of the primary ways that we recommend all of you build your email database is through Facebook pay-per-click ads. Okay, many of you listening know that. You've seen me talk about it. You may be doing them right now. You may be getting leads right now. Well, a high percentage of traffic, anywhere from 30 to 40, sometimes 50% of the traffic comes from mobile, okay? Because we're teaching people how to do newsfeed ads, and they're clicking on it mobile. Well, LeadPages is optimized. Wait till you see what a lead page looks like on your mobile device. And not just what it looks like, but how it will convert. So if you're currently doing the process that we recommend, and you swap out a lead page for your current capture page, you are going to increase the number of leads that you capture by I can't tell you the exact percentage, but your conversion is going to go up without question. I have no doubt about that. So, sorry, that was a lot of stuff to take in. Clay shared an incredible amount of extremely valuable content. With all that being said, why don't we now move to some Q&A, because we did get some great questions without question.
Awesome. I want to cover the two big ones that I see coming up here. The first one is people are saying that if they go to leadpages.net/Josh, that it's redirecting them to another page, and that's perfectly fine. When you go to leadpages.net/Josh, it's going to redirect you, but when you start off at leadpages.net/Josh, it tags you and it takes you to a new URL so that we make sure that you get your bonuses. So you do need to buy at leadpages.net/Josh in order to ensure that you get all of those bonuses. The next question people are asking is, how much is it? So I'll just address that for you. So just go to leadpages.net/Josh and click here on this link that says click here to get LeadPages now. And what you'll see is that there are two price points. And so I want to cover both of the price points and the pros and cons of each. So what we recommend is the $197 price point. Okay, the $197 price point. And the reason why we recommend this is that this comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're just wondering about this, you're not sure if it's right for you, and you just want to try it out, this is the option to get because it has that 30-day money-back guarantee. It also is about 60% off if you paid monthly for a year. So if you pay annually, it's 60% off what the monthly would be. So the worst case scenario is that you don't like it and we just send you your money back. We just give you a refund. The best case scenario is that you save 60% off the monthly. So we highly recommend that you get the annual. Let's see. Someone's asking about the number of pages that you can create with this. So we have an unlimited policy. So with your LeadPages account, you can create an unlimited number of pages. You can get an unlimited amount of traffic to those pages. So even though hosting is free, and even though we do a lot on the back end, you can get an unlimited amount of traffic to those pages, an unlimited amount of opt-ins, and you can create pages for an unlimited number of domains, including client domains. So if you have if you want to get a customer or you want to resell this to someone else, you can. We had someone the other day get a client for $10,000 who wanted to increase their opt-in rate. They wanted to double their opt-in rate. And so our customer bought LeadPages, and they just used a template out of the box, and they tripled their client's conversion rate. So we were happy because we got to help more people. Our customer was happy because they made back their LeadPages investment like a gajillion times over, and our customer's client was happy because they got the increase in conversions that they want. So that's absolutely not a problem here. You can create multiple pages.
Cool. Hey, I want to just give a couple of shout-outs to Ariel Golan, Eric Hempler, Keith Judish, Donald Thompson, Ruth Evanhouse, Laura Cristofano, Jack Gillis, and Tina Brickhouse. By the way, first of all, congrats on taking action, and you've made a very wise choice. And number two, what we didn't mention is how you get the bonuses. I'll tell you how you'll get ours, and then maybe Clay can confirm how you'll get his. But ours, awesome. What will happen is Clay will send us a complete list of folks, and then we will message you once we've scheduled those bonus trainings. We'll send those to you, and we'll send you the platform I mentioned that you can use to create your Google Hangout webinars. We'll send that to you, and I'll also mention that we will record the live trainings, and you'll have lifetime access to those as well. So if you can't make the live for some reason, you'll still get access to that. And of course, if you can't make the live and you had a question, Ryan and I will be happy to answer any questions that you have as well.
Cool.
And Clay, how do they get yours? Is that
so to get my bonuses? The truth is that, regardless, we're just going to make sure you get the bonuses. But to expedite it and ensure that you get them in the shortest period of time possible, here's what to do. After you purchase today on this webinar, you will get an email with an invoice number in it. So we'll send you your login details immediately after you purchase, and we'll send you an invoice number. So what you should do is just take that invoice number and email that invoice number to, I'm sorry, let me put a space here. Email that invoice number to bonusnoreply@av81. So again, after you purchase, you'll immediately be sent in login details and an invoice number. Get that invoice number and email it to bonusnoreply@av81.com. And I put that in the chat area so that you can see it. And again, that will help us speed up getting to you all of these bonuses.
Cool. Nancy Adcox, shout out to you as well for taking action. A couple more questions I noticed. One, the bonus. So our bonus, Clay's got his bonus package on the screen. Our bonus package is this. You're going to get access to a platform that Ryan has built that will allow you to do Google Hangouts on air. It's basically a Google Hangout webinar platform, which you can use LeadPages to get your registrations, and then use this platform to actually administer the webinar, which is a free way to do webinars instead of having to pay GoToWebinar. And it's actually, in many cases, more powerful than GoToWebinar, and we're actually moving towards that. I realize we're on a GoToWebinar right now, but we're moving towards doing all of these types of webinars with Google Hangouts on air. So that's the first one. Number two, we're going to be doing 2 bonus trainings, which will probably actually be Google Hangouts on air, is the way we'll do them. And the way the 2 topics are going to be, one, Real estate specific offers that you can make with LeadPages, and we'll show you how to do them. We'll even give you the copy and so forth. So that'll be the first. And the second one will be how we're using LeadPages in our internet marketing / affiliate marketing business. So I know we have people of all walks of life on this webinar, but I know we've got a lot of real estate folks. So I want to make sure that we take care of both of those things for you. And again, if you can't attend those live, we'll record and get you the replay as well.
Awesome.
So can it be set up so that when... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, just a shout out to a whole bunch of people. Thanks to Rich from Georgia. Thanks to Paul from Lighthouse Point, Florida. Thanks to Engelbert, Engelbert Humperdinck from Corpus Christi, Texas. Thanks to Mark from Beaverton, Oregon. Thanks to Alan from Fort Lee, New Jersey. Thanks to Susan from Bakersfield, California. Thanks to Nancy from Yanceyville, North Carolina. Thanks to Tina from Texas. Thanks to Jack, also from Texas. Thanks to Laura from Oak Park, Illinois. Thanks to Ruth from Greeley, Colorado. Thanks to Donald from Springfield, Massachusetts. Keith from Surprise, Arizona. That's kind of a cool name. And just a whole bunch more, a whole lot more people who've joined, including William from Acton, and like just everyone, just the number of people that have decided that this is right for them and that this is going to help their business is just huge. So I just want to thank everyone and let you know that our entire team is here to support you. We aren't one of these like 1 or 2 person kind of shops. We are we're an established software company. So I think what's kind of good about us is that we're not huge. Like we're not like a 1,000-person company, but we're also not like a 1 or 2-person company either. So we're big enough that we have the resources in place to support you, to provide documentation, to provide amazing customer service, and to help you out when you have problems. So we're big enough to do that, but we're small enough that you're not just a number or a statistic with us. All our customer support people are full-time, in-house, 100% only work for us, native English speakers, and technical wizards, and also wizards in terms of just helping you get results with the software. So it's our absolute commitment to do everything within our power to make sure that you don't get results. The nature of our business is as such that we literally do not make it in business unless our customers are making money and growing their business with our software. Like the only way, like we have a subscription model, right? So you pay yearly or you pay monthly. And the only way that people stay with us is when we consistently get them results month over month over month. That's why inside of LeadPages, every single week, like literally every single week, we're adding new templates. It's because we need to deliver more and more value every single month to our customers. Every single week, we're releasing new features based on your requests and your feedback. And it's because there's a pressure on us to deliver business results for you. And if we don't deliver those, we don't survive as a company. We don't continue to stay around. We're lucky that, again, we've been growing so fast, but it's because we're obsessed. We are obsessed about doing the heavy lifting around conversion and marketing for you out of the box so that you can do what you do best in your business and really just forget about this stuff.
Good stuff.
So just a note about that.
Good stuff. Some great questions coming in. Does this integrate with GetResponse and automatically enroll each person signing up into my drip email? Yes, it does. And in fact, if you want to email me, I literally just shot a 6-minute video this morning or this afternoon, sometime today, on how to do that. So if you want to just email me, just reply to the email that led you here, and I'll be happy to share that with you. Also, somebody asked, could it be set up that when they register, the thank you page we create pops up and the free resources are automatically mailed to the client? Yes, it absolutely can be, and that's the best way to do it. The cool thing is that Clay showed that maybe you might have caught or maybe you didn't, is that not only can you integrate it with GetResponse or Aweber or Infusion or Office Autopilot, or I think there's a couple others, you can also they'll automatically go into the question that we asked before this. They'll automatically go into your autoresponder sequence, but you can also directly through LeadPages deliver a PDF, deliver your lead magnet, which is incredibly powerful. And the cool thing is, I don't know if this happens in every case, but one cool thing I noticed when testing that is that resource, and I can't guarantee, so Clay, I'm sorry, I can't guarantee that this will happen, but for me, when I tested it, your email from LeadPages delivering the PDF, it came in my primary inbox.
Yep. That's totally true. So here, I'll just show you. I don't want to give away any thing, but where is that lead magnet? There's a whole... where did that come from? But yeah, no, it shows up in I mean, I turned it off in my account, but it shows up if you've got the segmentation. It shows up in your customer's primary inbox, so,
which is really powerful.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
A couple more shout outs. Heather Nelson, Patrick Harfst, Ronald Mowry, Angela Penkin, Oliver Fisher, Kenneth Norton. Congratulations to all of you. You guys have made a wise choice. You're going to get all the bonuses, and you're going to be, you're going to be crushing it, generating more leads using LeadPages.
Awesome. Someone says, can I get all the bonuses next week? And so the answer, unfortunately, is that these bonuses are only available on the webinar. And the reason for this is because these bonuses really, we're breaking even as a company because we just kind of wanted to help out here. So, for example, the resource list opt-in bribe, we actually have to have our designer create those for you. So that's custom work. It's not just like software and it's automated. We actually create the lead magnet for you, and that's all custom work. Also, the 2 free landing page critiques. Those landing page critiques involve our time. We look at your page, and honestly, I would be doing nothing but spending my entire life critiquing people's landing pages if I offered this to all of our customers. So we need some kind of way to limit it. So this is only available to people who purchase during the webinar. Another question someone had, they said, if I buy the monthly and I like it, can I upgrade to the yearly later? So let me just answer that. So the answer is that if you buy the monthly and then you upgrade to the annual, we don't refund you the difference. So if you buy the first month, and let's say you do this for 2 months, you get 2 months of this, and then you purchase the annual, we'll add another year onto the 2 months you've already paid for and charge you $197. So it'd be $197 plus 37 plus 37. It's not like you can start at 37 and then if you get the annual, that we'll just refund you.
It's not retroactive. Yeah, it's not. You're still getting a good deal, but it's not retroactive.
Right.
Exactly. Somebody said, I don't have a website. Can I still use this? Absolutely. This with, for example, GetResponse, you can do pretty much anything you need to without a website. Now, there are things you can do with your website and integrate all of this together, if and when you have one or get one, but you don't have to have a website. In fact, a lot of you know my story, but I started out, and the reason I teach all this is, as I started out without a website, I just built an email database using some resources like LeadPages. LeadPages didn't exist at the time, but I was using something like it that wasn't nearly as good as what this is now. And that's where I started with building the community of people that's on right here and now, and how I built my real estate practice. So absolutely, you don't have to do that.
That's awesome.
Hook me up with your email.
And what people should know is that we'll actually host the pages for them if they don't have, even if you don't even have a domain name. if with any of these pages, there's the option to just have us host the page, and then we cover the hosting. So you don't even need to pay for hosting if you're using LeadPages. In fact, you can get a unlimited amount of traffic to your pages, and we won't charge you any more for it. Unfortunately, we had someone who was a spammer sign up for LeadPages. We had to shut down their account. But while they were spamming, they sent something like 40,000 page views to one of their pages over the course of like 3 to 5 minutes. And our servers didn't skip a beat. We literally use Google's server network. So when you use LeadPages and you host your pages with LeadPages, you are literally your pages are on the same servers that Google uses, like literally the same servers that Google is running their service on. So your pages are super fast. We don't charge you any extra for anything ever. And in terms of the pricing will never go up on you. We will never raise the price. So
yeah. So somebody asked about the you're not committing to like forever, okay? You're going to want to stay with them, but there's no written commitment. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, that's a better way to say it.
Yeah. I mean, there's like no like you're locked in for a specific amount of time. You can use LeadPages as long as you want to use it, and if at any point you don't want to use it anymore, no problem. Just let us know. And so it's not like indefinitely until the end of time you're paying us. You pay us when you use the service, and if you don't want to use the service, you stop paying us. And that just incentivizes us to do the very best job that we can for you, and to consistently deliver value over and over and over again, because we want you to stay with us forever, but we're not forcing you into anything. I hate cell phone contracts and weird stuff like that, so there's none of that involved in what we're doing.
Yeah. So we have a couple people asking real estate specific questions, like will it integrate with Market Leader and will it integrate with Top Producer? Most likely not, unfortunately. And this is I won't go into too long of a diatribe here, but this is one of the reasons that we recommend using something like GetResponse, because Market Leader and Top Producer, examples like that, they don't integrate well with anything. And so what I recommend and what we teach is use your Market Leader website as an incubation tool once you have people in your email database. So in your GetResponse email database, then use those tools to incubate or convert those leads into clients. And so, yeah, I could go into a long explanation, but that's the short explanation anyway. Let's see.
And you're going to be talking about this on the call that you're doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great.
Yeah.
Yes. Good call.
So just a shout out to Heather from Scottsdale, Patrick from Gilbert, Ronald from Kansas, Angela from Rochester, New York, Oliver from Germany, Kenneth from looks like Washington, James from Ohio, Catherine from Charleston, Sarah from Carlsbad, and Jim from El Dorado Hills, California, and everyone else who's joined us. Just congrats to you, and I'm really our entire team is just thrilled to be able to work with you in the months ahead and years ahead. Hopefully, it works out.
A couple more questions, and then I have to go.
Okay.
How do people find you? Does this place you in Google search? Yeah. So your LeadPages, when you create a page, one of the things you can do is optimize it for search. And so that's part of what when you're setting up a page. And again, we'll show that in the bonus training that we do. We'll show you specific to real estate, or if affiliate or internet marketing, we can show you that. But yes, you can certainly be found if you're doing it that way. I heard Josh say it integrates with Infusionsoft. I'm not sure what you meant there about Fusion, but Infusionsoft is what we meant to say. I was trying to email you. What is the best email? Okay, so I put my email in the chat because some folks are trying to email me for that video that I was talking about and just for confirmation and so forth. So I put it in the chat, and I've also been chatting it to folks as well. So since that was brought up, let me say this. If you have or had a question that we didn't address, first off, I'm sorry. There was a lot of questions in here and a lot of stuff to cover, and Clay had some incredible information for us all. If you had a question that we didn't get to, email me, and I will be happy. If I don't know the answer, I'll get with Clay and I'll get you the answer. Two, I lost my train of thought. Clay, do you have any final words or thoughts before we go ahead and wrap up here?
Yeah, I mean, my final thought is that we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. I don't want you to miss out on the bonuses. If you are wondering whether or not this is right for you and you're still on this webinar 2 hours later, I would just encourage you to pick up LeadPages. If it's awesome and we earn the right to keep your business, that's awesome. If we don't, then that's fine too. But you've already invested 2 hours of the time. You've got these amazing bonuses, 2 of which require my time critiquing your landing page and us creating a lead magnet for you. So I'd say those 2 things alone are worth the value of this. And I just encourage you to make a solid decision one way or another about whether or not you want to try this out. If this is, so I just encourage you to not be a fence sitter. Don't be a maybe. If you're on here and you feel like this is right for you, go ahead and pick this up. If this isn't right for you, say, hey, I'm just not going to get this, and you know, you can stop wasting your time and you can leave the call. Either way, I hope you got a ton of value out of this webinar. But I just encourage you to make a solid decision one way or another. Again, if you want to join us, awesome. If not, no harm, no foul. But I really believe that so much of us are stuck in a state of paralysis because there's a backlog of decisions that we need to make that we just haven't made. And so I just encourage you to make a decision one way or another on this. And again, you know, I wouldn't let yourself miss out on these bonuses. If you think this is right for you, I would join for the bonuses, and then if it doesn't end up working out, no problem. At least you didn't miss out on those bonuses. So, you know, I guess that's what I'd have to say.
Cool.
I know you have to leave. I'm going to put 3 minutes on the clock here that people have to make a decision. Mostly I put this timer down because if I don't put it on here, I could just end up, everyone would get mad at me because I hang on here for the next 4 hours because I love talking about conversion and optimization and marketing and all this stuff. So this is more like a deadline for me, so I honor your time. And Josh, I know you've got to go in a second, so I just want to put this on here and congratulate everyone who's joined us. So, Josh, someone wants to know about how to get your bonuses. So when we give you the list of everyone who's joined us, we'll probably hand that to you over on maybe like Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We'll get everybody early next week. We'll update everybody. We'll get everybody the builder, the Google Hangout webinar builder, and we'll have at that point picked out the dates for the bonus training so you can plan accordingly. So early next week.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, everybody, I'm going to head off. Clay, we probably are about 2 minutes for everybody who's scrambling to find their credit card and take action so they can get access to LeadPages. I thank you for taking your time and delivering a ton of value. I really appreciate you being on and taking time out of your busy day to share some really powerful information with everybody. And again, I want to say, if you have a question or had a question and we didn't get to it, I apologize. Shoot me an email. My email is in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer it. And if I can't answer it, I'll get with Clay as well. And this is one other thing I wanted to say. Clay talked about the fact that they're a real company and they have real, that they're here to help you. The other cool thing to keep in mind is Ryan and I use LeadPages, so and we're pretty technical as well. There's a lot of stuff that we can help you with as well if for some reason you start with us in that chain of getting help. So definitely let us know, We've got a ton of people who have already jumped on board, which is really cool, and I'm looking forward to delivering those bonuses for everyone as well.
Awesome. Well, hey, Josh, I really appreciate this opportunity, and I appreciate everyone who joined us today for being open and receptive to new ways to grow their business. So I appreciate the opportunity. Your people absolutely rock, and it's just an honor and a pleasure to be able to work with you in this capacity. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Clay. Thanks, everybody, for being on. Great crowd, great questions, and we'll talk real soon.
Awesome. Take care.
The organizer has ended the session.